Welcome to Chase Avenue School. We're so happy. It's been such a long time since we've seen you. My name is Fishburne. I'm an instructional coach here at Chase.
And I'm Laurel Fielding. I'm the school counselor here at Chase.
And welcome to our Cajon Valley October broadcast. There's been so many great things going on, haven't there been? All over the district and especially at Chase.
Right, we'd like to give a great big shout out to our principal, Brian Hanley, who has been our fearless leader through all of this sort of strange and different learning that we've been doing.
You know, Miss Fielding, I was just thinking last night there was a special on ABC 10 highlighting our district and especially our in-person learning at Rios Elementary. Let's watch it.
ABC 10 News at 5 starts now.
Cajon Valley School District is the largest in the state to open for in-person learning, thanks to one of the few waivers that was granted. ABC 10 News covered their summer program, which was in person, and their start back to school right after Labor Day.
Our ABC 10 News anchor Mary McKenzie went back to see how the district's plan is holding up.
Rios Elementary School is part of the Cajon Valley School District, one of the few to take advantage of the state's waiver program to reopen this fall. They're here 5 days a week for in-person learning. But this spring, when COVID closed schools, the principal here didn't know when or how they'd be back.
I ran around this school and took a picture of every student at my school because I didn't know who was going to come back.
With all of the unknowns at that time, Liz Lothar says she feared she could lose a quarter of her kids to COVID.
That was hard. It was just a big whirlwind.
Those faces are back now, in person every day.
We're seeing a lot of symptoms of COVID with our kids, and we're just trying our best to help them.
She says the symptoms are showing up as social emotional difficulties, reactions to frustration, and of course, learning loss. At Rios, they've leveraged their resources, in this case, extra space, to spread out their 200-plus students. Another big resource here is technology. Several years ago, the superintendent made it a priority for each of the 17,000 students to have a Chromebook computer, something that proved to be crucial foresight.
It did give Cajon Valley an advantage.
Trustee Jim Miller says technology was one big piece, but they also had to qualify for the waiver to reopen, which required planning and coordination with parents and with the teachers union. Miller says they listened and led. In this district, 2 out of 3 students qualify for free or reduced cost meals. Many of the parents are frontline or essential workers. Some of the schools are open in a hybrid model. Others, like Rios, are open 5 days. About 20% of families have opted to do online learning full-time. Overall, he says the feedback has been very positive.
What we've been able to do, I think, prepped us for this unfortunate circumstance of the pandemic.
In El Cajon, Mary McKenzie, ABC 10 News.
Wow, that was so great to see what wonderful things are going on over at Rios. Way to go, Rios robots. Awesome. So good to see all the really wonderful learning that's happening all throughout our district.
You know, I also want to talk about and highlight that amazing panel that Dr. Mirashiro and other experts were on talking about our current situation. And it was so enlightening that maybe we could watch that as well.
I really want to thank our experts. We have a great lineup of them, and I really hope that this helps educate parents, staff, and teachers, and whoever else is watching. So the idea for this panel came from the Cajon Valley Union School District. Dr. David Mirashiro, the superintendent, is here with us. And so I just want to toss it over to you, David, to talk more about this panel.
Thank you, Shannon. Thank you, CBS 8, for hosting tonight. Our county superintendent, Dr. Paul Gothold, with us tonight, convenes the 42 school district superintendents every Friday, and we've been doing this since March. And he brings to us resources, he lobbies for us at the state and federal level. But what he also does is bring to us experts. So Dr. Pong and Dr. Bradley and Vice President of Operations from Rady Children's Hospital, we've been able to hear from them in our county superintendent meetings about new findings, mitigation, safety practices, and also what we're learning about the spread of the virus. Summer Stephan, our district attorney, has been a huge champion to help advocate for our children here. And what we wanted to do is to, with the help of 9th District PTA, California CSBA, and California Public Health, speak to our parents and our teachers and school staff directly, so they have the same information that we have as we open our districts to send their children back to school and to make decisions about their workplace. And so thank you all for joining us. And Paul, thank you so much for leading us and being our champion and for bringing these resources to us superintendents and now for our greater population today. And welcome, Dr. Paul Gothold. And the number one phrase, unmute yourself.
Thank you, Dr. Miyashiro, and it's great to be in the presence of a strong partner at the District Attorney Summer Stephan, and everything you do to support our children and work with us to improve services for our kids, and our partners at Rady's Hospital that we've been working closely with, for the past 6-7 months, more closely than ever, I should say. And really our role as a County Office of Education is support of all 42 districts, 167 charter schools and now many private schools, and trying to navigate these difficult times. And as a father of 2 children, I will tell you this has had quite a strain and not been easy. And quite frankly, we're blessed and fortunate to be part of the lucky ones that, can do this without both parents working. And I know a lot of our families don't have that opportunity. And my heart goes out to everyone who's suffering through this time, and just know that we're doing whatever it takes to help our families and kids. So thank you.
This is an important conversation, and in San Diego County, as the district attorney, I have jurisdiction over all the school districts. We are the entire county, and we look at public safety, whether it's threats to schools from school shootings or whatever it may be. The pandemic brought another threat to our kids, a really huge threat that no one was really talking about as we discussed COVID. And it is the violence and trauma, child abuse, exploitation, the increase in human trafficking, in runaways that we've seen since the stay-at-home orders. And it was really important that I share this publicly so that the harm from COVID is weighed alongside the harm from staying home for our kids with regard to their health and their safety.
The rate of spread from children to other children, especially in schools, is remarkably low. We don't understand it. And these data come in from all over the world. They're reproducible. So if there is a child who turns up positive in the school, spread is actually going to be minimal, if at all. And I don't understand it, but I'm really grateful that that's a reproducible fact.
We'll keep this conversation going and try to answer people's questions. If anyone wants to watch this panel, if you tuned in the middle of it, at the end, it will live on our CVS State YouTube page, our website, cvsstate.com, as well as our Facebook page. So again, I really appreciate all of you joining us tonight, and to the Cajon Union Valley School District for coming up with this idea to put this panel together. As David said today, he hears from all of you weekly, but the public doesn't get this access. So I think it was really interesting for them to see how this all works and the type of information we share weekly.
Just one final comment. This is really hard work. So for the Cajon Valley employees and parents that are listening, and all those that are working to open up schools, thank you for doing that. We've heard over and over from parents that when they pick up their kids on that first day, that I saw my child for the first time in 6 months. They came and told me about their day, what they ate, who they saw, what they played, what they worked on. And the work is truly #heroes work here. Thank you all for working so hard. And for those teaching distance learning, that's not easy either. And Shannon, thank you for hosting this, and for News 8. And maybe we can make this somewhat of a more frequent thing.
I would love that. Thank you all. Have a good evening.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That was an awesome clip. I so appreciate that our district is really consulting with experts in our community in order to keep students and staff and families safe.
And Mrs. Fielding, I have to be honest, I am so honored to work in a place where we have made it very much our priority to work in a very safe way being here at school, and I appreciate that, and I know our students and families do as well.
For more information on COVID-19 and how it's impacting schools in our district, please go to cajonvalley.net/COVID-19 info. We'd also like to tell you about an awesome program that's going on at Crest Elementary. They are starting a amazing outdoor learning program, and they took kids down to the tide pools in La Jolla and the children's pool. It's a really amazing program that we're so excited to see. Up here at Crest, we have been really working on an outdoor immersion program since the summer. The idea was actually brought to fruition by two amazing teachers. We've seen so many positive changes, so it's just a really great opportunity for our students. It's a great opportunity for our teachers to really think outside the box and align their content to real life experiences outside of the classroom.
My students are just so excited and thrilled. They ask questions every day about what we're learning and asking, hey, are we gonna see that when we go out in the field? Or they just wonder and they're just noticing. They're little scientists that just want to know all the answers. They're just so much more excited because they can make that connection from classroom to the outdoors.
So what we've been doing in the classroom, we've been studying tide pools. We've done presentation on tide pools. We're making our own tide pools. And the kids are really excited because now what they've seen in the class, we're going to actually go outside to La Jolla tide pools and check them out in person. And it's really, the kids are excited. We can't wait to get on the bus and go check it out.
I see it! I just saw it! Right here! Look at it! You can see it the best right here! Is this an exoskeleton?
We'll look inside of it. Is there any like stuff inside? Then yeah, it's exoskeleton, right? If it was.
I like watching the seals. We got to see them up close and got to go in the sand. I feel like hands-on learning is a lot easier to understand than distance learning and just sitting at a computer watching a video.
It was really fun, and we have a really good opportunity that some schools don't have and some schools aren't even opened. And it's just really cool that we get this chance to come out here and have fun and learn a lot.
To see them so happy, to see them elated to be outside and to see the things that we studied in the class and to come out here and have it in front of them in fruition, it was something else. Smiles from ear to ear. There's nothing that melts your heart as a teacher to see that. And I'm smiling right now, you can't tell, but I was smiling ear to ear to see that. To see my kids enjoying life through these times, it's a very special, beautiful thing.
So we're super excited to be the first school in Cajon Valley to be bringing education outside and offering these opportunities to our students. We're also really looking forward to sharing everything that we've learned along the way with our other Cajon Valley schools. And this is just the beginning. We're building this amazing program that's really great for kids, and we have a lot more exciting things coming soon that we can't wait to share with you. Wow, I love seeing the faces of students just so excited about learning, and to have them down there at an amazing place like the tide pools, it just warms my heart to see kids actually here and learning.
And it's been so long since our kids have had that experience, having them in an outdoor experience, learning, and in a hands-on experience. It was great.
Right. I hope we can do that at all schools, actually.
Yeah, that would be great. So I know there's another thing we want to talk about, is that it's really important that everybody gets out and vote.
There's a very important measure on the ballot, Measure T, so we want to make sure that you go ahead and go out and vote. And for more information, you can go to the Cajon Valley website.
So thank you so much for watching. From Chase Avenue Elementary School, we wish you all a wonderful and safe and happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween.